This is the Shrimp Trawler video channel Strat-O-Matic Baseball EXCEL Game of the Week.
Welcome back, baseball fans, to the game of the week. In the 1978 to 81 Fall League, we got a battle in the National League West between the Houston Astros and the San Francisco Giants. And we got a Game 1 matchup tonight. First, let's look at the standings in the National League West as we get started. It's up for grabs, folks. Not been a particularly winning division. They're under 500, meaning that when they went away out of their division, they played the National League Central, Pirates, Cubs, Cards, and Reds, and those teams beat up on the National League West, so the West will be under 500. And the Giants are the only team a couple games over 500. Currently leading. The Dodgers, Padres have just played. Dodgers got the best of the Padres, so the Dodgers are a game behind. The Astros have been disappointing. They're a good team in this era. They went to the playoffs in 1980. And so they kind of have to do what the Dodgers did and close some ground. And if the Astros are able to close ground to the Giants, then oh boy, it'll be a mess. It'll be three teams all tied for 500 in first place. So it could be really kooky what goes on with the way the West plays out this year. But anyway, we got a nice pitching matchup, a spectacular pitching matchup, actually. I'll get into that right here. For the Astros, this is a Game 1 of a best-of-5 series. Games 1 and 2 in San Francisco. 3 is in Houston, and 4 if necessary, and Game 5 back in San Fran if necessary. But the pitching matchups, my goodness, folks, for the Astros, James Rodney Richards, 1980 year. Poor gentleman suffered a stroke after the All-Star game break, and his career was over. But this abbreviated card is in 114 innings, and he's magnificent, as you can see. But he's got a tough test because the Giants are sending out the 1981 Bob Knepper. He played for the Giants and Astros in this timeline, but this 81 Bob Knepper card is one of the better cards in Strat 81. He's actually on the Astros. So kind of a tough break for the Astros to see one of your own guys lining up against you, folks. James Rodney Richards' numbers, 10-4, the 189 ERA, and Bob Knepper's numbers in a strike year, 9-5, 157 innings with a 2.18 ERA. So, my goodness, folks, we could have a lot of goose eggs registering on the board today. Let's get started from San Francisco. Giants in first place. Fans are digging that. Leading off for the Astros, it'll be Dave Collins. 6'11", skies in the left X. This is Terry Woodfield in left field. He's a 3-4 in left. He makes the catch. Batting second, Manny Mota, Manny Mota, 43, right X. Jack Clark, is he a 2? No, he's a 3. 3-7 in right field, makes the catch. And with 2 outs, it's Bob Watson, 39, hit by the pitch. Which will bring up the cleanup hitter, Cesar Cedeno. 1-2 is a Lomax. We go to the bottom of 1 in San Fran. Leading off, their second baseman, a free agent. They signed away from the Rangers. Bump Wills playing second base, leading off for the Giants. 47 is a walk. Something you can't do, Richard. If you're going to walk guys, don't walk the speedy guys. Bump Wills, a double-A stealer. Jeff Newman, the Astro catcher, is a zero arm. He's taken off the bumper, and he's in there. Bumps that second. And batting second, it'll be the Rooster, Rick Burleson. If you recall the draft prep, we mentioned the Red Sox couldn't afford Burleson because they had to empty their bank account to sign up Evans and Rice and Lynn and Yastrzemski. They all their contracts are up at the same time. He had no money left for Burleson. He went away and he went to San Francisco. Actually, Burleson went to the California Angels as well during this time. But anyway, here's Rick Burleson. 310 is a ground to short. Will stays at second. Batting third, Terry Whitfield. 1-7's a strikeout. And batting fourth, your right fielder, kind of the highlight of the Giants during a very dismal period of their existence, the late 70s, early 80s. They were awful, folks. But Jack Clark certainly was not. He was probably their best player. The pitch to Jack Clark, 48, off of Richard, is a strikeout. Both pitchers walk a batter, and that's about it. In the second inning, it'll be Jose Cruz, 43, bounces to first X. This is Mike Ivy for the Giants. 2-8, makes the play. Batting sixth, French word for tuna, Dickie Tuna-thon, short X. This is Burleson short. Is he a 1 or a 2? I forget here. He's a 1 E18. My goodness, he makes the play. And with 2 outs, Craig Reynolds. 3-6 is a walk. And Jeff Newman, 57, short X again. Burleson, the 1 E18, makes the play. Bottom of the second. Darrell Evans, 2-5, bounce to first. Mike Ivy, 2-8 is a base hit. Willie McCovey, 59, short X. And this is Reynolds. For some reason, he's awful. Really is. He's a 4E33 defensively. And that's going to be a single ... And Ivy's at third with 1 out. They're going to bring the infield up. Don't expect a lot of runs in these games. Every run's precious, so they're going to try and prevent a ground ball from scoring a run. It'll be Mark Hill. 48, Richard strikes him out. And with 2 outs, Rick Miller, 48, ball 4. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Bump Wills, walked in the first. A walk here's a run. He has to get on base here. The pitch to Bumper, 69, is a sky to center field. Both pitchers have put some guys on base and haven't suffered. Batting ninth for the Astros is Bert Campaneris. 1-7, single 1-10, base hit. He had run out his tenure with the A's and the Rangers, and even the California Angels didn't want him, so he ended up as a free agent on the Astros. Still has some wheels. He's a beast stealer. Mark Hill with a 0 arm. We won't take the bat out of Dave Collins' hand. He's a 300 hitter. He'll swing away. 38, and just as I say that, it's single dot for Dave Collins. 2 on, nobody out, and it's the dangerous Manny Mota. Let's take a look at the Manny Mota card, a 1979, 357 batting average. No, it's not his highest. Nope, certainly not. Because in 77, he hit 395. So, yeah. But, yeah, they had to settle. Once the 395 card expired, they had to go to a 357 card. It says pinch hitter at the very top, as you can see. Just because, please don't put him in the outfield. He's got an injury on 7. You get the idea. 42 at-bats, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, and a bazillion singles. The pitch to Manny Mota. 1-8, got one of them. Single ... That'll score a run. Collins goes to third. Up and hold, or they play back. They might just play back with the slow-footed Mota at first. Hope for a Watson double play. 35, Watson, single ... No, sir. That's another run. 2 on, nobody out for Cesar Cedeno. 66, base hit off of Nepper's card. He is falling apart here in the third. Mota, 1-8 runner. Yeah, he'll stay put. Bases loaded, nobody out, 2 runs in, 5 consecutive singles for the Astros. And it'll be Jose Cruz. 3-6, center be question mark. Oh, Mota, nope, you're not going to run him. Particularly against Rick Miller. So no, he's not going to tag up. Not deep enough. You pretty much got to hit it 400 feet to be deep enough to tag Mota up at this point of his career with his legs. You get the idea, folks. Base is still loaded. 1 out. French word for tuna. Dickey Tunathon is up. They're going to bring the infield up with 1 out. So they've already surrendered 2 runs already. 1-8, and as soon as I say that, that is an infield single. Yes, he rolled the plus just as I brought the infield up. And yeah, that backfired. Hate to see that happen, but yeah. Runners with the corners, 1 out. Well, they may as well do it again. Plus Reynolds is an 8-bunter. 49, second X with the infield up. Bump Will's the 3 second baseman. That'll keep the runner from scoring. The runner from first goes to second. We have second and third and 2 outs, and it's Jeff Newman. 54 off the Nepper card. Oh boy, what a disaster. Triple 1-5, single ... That is a single ... a 2-run single. The Astros bat around with a bunch of singles and a bunch more runs. 7 singles in the inning, 6 runs scored thus far. And now Campaneris is up again. 4-4, pops the first. Well, there goes our pitcher's duel. 6-0, bottom of the third. The Rooster, Rick Burleson. 47, a K. Terry Whitfield, 59, short X. The bad defense, another hit off of Reynolds' glove, or where the glove should have been. Runner at first for Jack Clark. 1-8, skies the center, and with 2 outs. Darrell Evans, 1-6, ball 4. 2 on, 2 outs. Mike Ivey, can he make this a game? 6-10 off Richard, center X. But you got Cedeno out in center field. My goodness, he is a 1E7 in center field. Good luck with that. 1E, almost an arrow on 8, but he's a 7. And he makes the grab. All right. Well, 6-0 in the 4th inning. It'll be Dave Collins. And as far as breaking goes, I think you got to put 3 guys on in this inning. We'll call them broken after giving up 6 runs in the previous inning. Dave Collins, 1-8, grounds to short. Sometimes I just kind of make a judgment as I'm playing the game what I think should break a pitcher. In addition to the standard rules Strat uses. Just, you know, it's my own league. Have fun with it this way. And again, the fall league's kind of lax on structure. It's kind of a fun league to do, and, you know, so I'm not too critical about bending some rules here and there. 69 for Motos Sky to center. And Bob Watson, 47, is a K. And just like that, Nepper settles down. So much for that breaking conversation. Bottom of the 4th, Willie McCovey. 2-4, let's take a look at Willie McCovey's 1979 card. Final year, I believe, with the Giants. Well, I think he played in 80, but it wasn't very good. 15 home runs, though, folks. 15 dingers with a 249 batting average in 1980. That is gone. See you later, Willie McCovey, in the spirit of YouTube. As we saw his 69 and 70 cards in the Summer League, he comes through in the Fall League with late in his career with a home run. How about that? 6-1. Mark Hill's the batter. 55. A strikeout. Rick Miller. 312. Strikeout plus injury. Oh boy. All right. Let's see. We need a center fielder. So Terry Whitfield will go over in the center at the next inning, and Rutman will take over for Miller in the outfield. Oh boy. And Bump Wills, 68 is a K. We'll go to the 5th, 6-1 game. Cedeno, 58 is a sky to left. Cruz, 47 is a K. And the French word for tuna, base hit in the center field for the B Steeler. Let's try a steal. Let's mix it up a little bit here. And he's in there. What is the T rating for Mr. Hill? No, it's not. Stolen base. Runner at second with 2 outs for Craig Reynolds. 46 is a K. Bottom of the 5th. Let's pause a moment for station identification.
This is the Shrimp Trawler video channel.
Este es el canal de videos de camaroneros.
All right, Rick Burleson will lead it off. 35 is a grounder to short. Terry Whitfield, 59, short X. Again, this is Reynolds. Has had a day out there, and he's on again. So Richard's kind of giving them the eye over there short. As 3 of the 5 hits are off of Craig Reynolds' defense thus far. Jack Clark trying to get the Giants back. 5-10, short X. That's the ticket, folks. 433. Can we get number 4 of the day? No, we get ground ball B. Fielder's choice. And with 2 outs, it's Darrell Evans. 110, base hit right field. Richard, 1 out, short of qualifying for a win, but he's got a couple guys on with 2 outs. And the dangerous Mike Ivy at the plate. 1-9, grounds to short. We'll go to the 6th. It's Jeff Newman. 38 is a K. Bert Campaneris, 58, left B. And Dave Collins, 2-5, triple, 1-8, single. That's triple. And with 2 outs, oh boy, it's Manny Mota. Singled and scored with an RBI already. 48. Bouncer to second base. This is Bump Wills. Makes the play. I think it's probably enough for Nepper. 6 innings, 6 runs. Yeah, I know he's good, but could be a lost cause. Bottom of the 6th. Willie McCovey, the offense to this point, leads it off. 37. Homer, saw the card. It's Homer 1-2, fly ball the rest, and it is the rest. Mark Hill. 211, left B plus injury. Oh boy. The Giants are getting hurt and they're down 5 runs. It's just not a good day in San Francisco. Hopefully it's bobblehead night for the kids, though. Get something out of this. 2 outs, and it'll be Merv Rittman. 2-6 is a walk. And we're back up top with Bump Wills. 2-5, grounds to second base. All right. Giants have a great bullpen. And Nepper is very ordinary today. We'll give him the day off, down 5 runs. So we can save his arm for later in the year. We'll go to Fred Brenning in the 7th inning. Fred Brenning, 7th, 81 card for Fred. The weakest of the 4 relievers of a very good bullpen. 5-2, 2.54 ERA in 78 innings. Speaking of ERA, Lavelle is 2.51, Holland 1.76, and Mr. Minton is 2.47. It's a heck of a good bullpen for the Giants. It's one of the reasons why they are presently in first place, but that soon might change. Fred Brenning, top of the 7th, leading off, it'll be Bob Watson. 3-7 is a K. Cesar Cedeno, 2-3, grounds to short. And with 2 outs, it's Jose Cruz, 54, on a 1 home run, fly ball the rest. It is the rest. And we come to stretch time in the Bay Area, San Francisco. We're listening to Jefferson Starship. Oh, they're familiar with the Bay Area. 1978 release, Earth, featuring Count on Me and, oh, this is a great classic right here. Runaway. There you go. Put us down. There we go. Little Bay Area action for you in the bottom of the 7th of a 6-1 game. Junior Richards, starter 7. Can the Giants break him? Leading off, the Rooster, Rick Burleson. 4-10, center C. Terry Whitfield. 1-8. Let's take a look at the new center fielder, previous left fielder, Terry Whitfield. 1978 with the Giants, 289 with 10 bombs. Homer 1-9, double the rest, and it is gone. We have a 6-2 game. Giants are not running away presently. They are standing up, 6-2, 1 out. Jack Clark, 0-for-3 to this point. 1-9 for Clark's the bouncer to short. And with 2 outs, it's Darrell Evans. 63 off Richard is pitcher X. He's an E0 pitcher. Got to roll for road E0s. Could get the hit. Doesn't get the hit. And the inning is over. Well, some of the fans are starting to run away as the team can only close the gap to 4. We'll go to the 8th. Brenning will continue. Eat up some innings here. Tunathon's up. 46. Ball 4. B Steeler. Craig Reynolds. B hit runner. Let's do a hit and run. Mix things up. A base hit. The Astros have got it on the bases today. Runners on the corners. They love to run and hit and bunt and steal. Even not in their own stadium, they're willing to do it. And they're trying to make a surge here. Get that NL West crown and tear it away from the claws of the Giants. Or something like that. Runners in the corners, nobody out. Brenning's a relief 3. Won't break this inning. Bringing it up for Jeff Newman. 2-6. Short B. Gun down at the plate. Nice move. That time it worked. So the runner at third does get tagged down at the plate. Runner at first goes to second. We have first and second with 1 out with Mr. Bert Habaneros up. 38. Short B. Fielder's choice. Runners in the corners with speed. Have to hold him. He's got speed. And it'll be Dave Collins. 37 is a K. Brenning gets out of it. First and third, nobody out. We still got a game. It's 6-2. Richard, no danger of breaking. Kind of want to max out his participation until tragedy would strike him and we can't use him anymore. So we will continue into the 8th inning. And it will be Mr. Ivy, Mike Ivy. 2-9. Let's take a look at the Mike Ivy card for the Giants in 1979. Puts it all together finally. A lot of potential with this guy. But 79 was his massive year. 27 homers, a 286 batting average. Crushes lefties, you can see. Yeah, but good enough against righties, folks. I mean, yeah, it's a shame. Maybe they were counting on him to be the Steve Garvey for the next decade. It just didn't work out. Didn't work out for Mike. 2-9's a walk. It'll be McCovey. The pitch to a stretch. 2-6 is a K. Dave Roberts, not a look we wanted here. Because of the injury to Mark Hill, Dave Roberts is without a hit on his card. Has to swing away against J.R. Richard, who is without a hit on his card. Very low chance of a hit happening here. Would have to come off the defense somehow. The pitch to Dave Roberts. He could bunt, but you're down 4. Well, you're not going to hit no double play, I don't think. Hit a ball to Craig Reynolds, for Pete's sakes. The pitch to Dave Roberts. 37 is okay. Yeah, high chance of that. And with 2 outs, it'll be Merv Retman. 57, another K. Well, the Giants could blame this game on injuries, right? They lost Mark Hill and Rick Miller in consecutive at-bats. We'll go to the 9th. It's 6-2. Brenning's done a nice job. Let's turn this thing over to, how about Gary Lavelle? Take a look at Gary Lavelle. Gosh, he's the long man, but he could easily be the closer. Actually, Minton's the closer. He could easily be the long man. They are really good in this Giant bullpen. You should wonder why they struggled so much. If I had to guess, I'd say bad hitting and bad defense, but there you go. Gary Lavelle in the 9th inning. It'll be Mota. 1-5, a single for Mota. Boy, this sounds like a pinch run situation. Yeah, let's do that. Denny Walling will pinch run and go into left field for Mr. Manny Mota. Bob Watson, 56 is a K. Cedeno, 66, double 1 and 2, single dot dot, up and hold with 1 out, Jose Cruz, 57 is a K. And with 2 outs, Dickey, Tunathon, 59, second X, Bump Wills, a 3, and he makes the play. We still have a game. So, 1 horrible inning. That's the only inning they scored in. 6-2, bottom of the 9th. Junior Richard, you know what? We are going to take him out. Because we got Mr. Joe Sambito. Take a look at Mr. Joe Sambito, probably his best year. I'm going to say it's 1980. 8-4, 220, 90 innings. Magnificent year. Really gets the righties out. Very tuggish. Tug-like, you'd say. Tug's sort of like a tug. Mini tug with a blow dryer look. Doesn't listen to as much country music as Tug McGraw does, but there you get the idea. He will face the top of the order in the 9th inning with no more defense to bring in. It'll be Bump Wills leading it off. 2-6, grounds to short. The Rooster, Rick Burleson. 1-7 is a walk. Giants are alive. Terry Woodfield, homered earlier in this game, is 3 for 4. 48 is a K off Sambito, and with 2 outs, it's up to Jack Clark. Not had a nice day. He is 0 for 4 with a K. Base it here. Keep this thing going. Be nice with Ivy and Evans and McCovey coming up. The pitch to Jack Clark. 2-3 is a pop to first base, and sorry, Giants fans, that's not going to work. That's your ball game. The Astros turned 7 singles in the 3rd inning to 6 runs in a victory in Game 1. Final score, Astros 6, Giants 2, Richard with the win, Sambito with the save, Nepper with the loss. Let's take a look at the composite box for the 2 squads. They got another hit on this record. They have this one. This is also a hit from this timeline, if you're curious. Okay. Lavelle in the ninth, 2 hits and 2 Ks. Brenning did a decent job. Hit a walk and 2 Ks. Tough day for Fred Brenning. It all happened in the third inning. Happened pretty quickly, not so painlessly. 6 runs on 7 singles. They're all earned. That'll kill the ERA. 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Sambito with an easy save, walk and a K. And Junior Richard, folks. 7 hits, 2 mistake homers, 5 walks, 10 strikeouts, no complete game. 1019, 0109, 612, 27, 38, 611, 611, 38. And just like that, Houston picked up a game in the standings. The Giants are just a game over 500, clinging to first place. That's how bad it's gone in the West. You could say it's gone bad, or you could just say it's just darn competitive. Whichever narrative you want to apply would be fine. Let's see here. Grace is taking a break on this song, smoking a cigarette. She'll be back for the next number. Okay. 11-10, Giants. First place still. 282. That's pretty darn good for the Giants, as any Giant fan would know back in the day. 4.64 ERA. That's bizarre. They should be pitching better and hitting worse. Leading this hitting attack is Mr. Jack Clark. Oh, not today, but for the season. Mr. Clark's hitting 374. That includes that collar. That over 5 he just did. He's still hitting 374. Just 2 homers, though. Nepper is 2-4. Very disappointing. And the Astros, they're now 10-14. They are hitting 283 with a 4.74 ERA. A lot of batting average, bad ERAs to go around. Junior Richard is now 4-2 with an ERA around 3. Not bad. 44 strikeouts in 48 innings. Offense led by Dave Collins, hitting over 300. No particular leader in home runs. A lot more baseball to play. 373 games in the log books. A 4.28 league ERA has come down a little bit. It was 4.32. Still hitting 2.75. And the present standings in the West. Look at this, folks. Giants just a half-game lead on the Dodgers with the Astros closing in. We still have a couple more weeks of baseball left to determine the division crown. We'll have the final results of games 2, 3, and 4 if necessary, and 5 if necessary at the end of the video. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Well, baseball fans, turned out to be a whitewash here. The Astros again, this is game 1. They won 6-2. Then in game number 2 in San Francisco, boy, the Giants were trying to even this thing up, but didn't really turn out that way. Game 2, 9-2 blowout. Mark Lemongello beats John Monofusco in a battle of multi-syllabic pictures. 6 innings, 2 runs, 3 relievers, capped off the pitching for the Astros. Monofusco got blasted for 5 runs and 6 2/3. Greg Minton comes on to the 9th inning just to make it a mess. And it's a 9-2 victory, and the Boo Birds come out in San Francisco, as suddenly they are now back to 500 in a tie at the top of their weak division. So we go to Houston, the 8th wonder of the world, the Houston Astros in Game 3. It is Tom Griffin for the visiting Giants against Doug Rowell, former Dodger. For the Astros, it all happens early. 7-run second inning off of Griffin, and they knock him out by the 4th. Doug Rowell's not really doing a whole lot either. 3 runs in the 1st. Darrell Evans has himself a day. Solo homer in the 3rd and the 5th, and a 2-run shot in the 6th. And it's just not enough. It's a 9-8 final. The Giants get a homer in the 9th by Mike Ivey. Sambito comes in to close the door and get the save. So the Astro offense scored 6, 9, and 9 runs. Do the Astros. They got a potent offense, folks. And so with this 3-game sweep now, look what's happened in the West. I don't think the Dodgers are a 3. I think they're a 4. Yeah, they're a 4. Excuse me. So the Dodgers, who really have struggled, find themselves in first place by a half game over the Giants. Astros a game back. Even the Padres 2.5 back. And all these teams will play each other again one more time before the season wraps, fall league wraps. So the West is going to be wild. Probably not a wild card team, you would think. But at least you'll have a division winner. And yeah, look at the streakiness of it. Dodgers and Stros up 3. Giants Pads down 3. So yeah, there you have it, folks. Congratulations, Houston Astros. 3-game sweep of the San Fran Giants. We'll see you next time.